Hi, and welcome to the Greenmoxie Tiny House. I'm going to give you a quick tour. We're going to start here at the tongue storage box. This is where we keep all of our utilities. So you'll notice on the roof later that we have a kilowatt of solar panels, so 4 250 watt panels. And then when you look in the box here, one side of our box houses our batteries, so we have 9 kilowatt hours of energy storage. And on the other side, we have our propane systems. These power the fridge, the stove, and the heater, and the water heater. We also have our circuit panel, and we have a 2,000 watt inverter for all of the AC loads in the house. We keep an extra spare 30-pound propane tank for any backup needs, just in case of emergency. We also have a little bit of extra room here where if you want to store a backup generator or like a chainsaw is what we have here. All right, let's take a tour of the rest of the place. You'll notice as well the charred cedar cladding, the shushiban, a Japanese technique of sealing the cedar, which is an aesthetic option, and it just gives it a little bit of pizzazz. All of the windows in the place are all double thermal pane, so we've got lots of glazing, but keeps it nice and cozy. So you'll notice a few protrusions on the exterior. So we have a dual HRV setup. It's a Lunos E2 German HRV. It works in tandem, so one sucks, one blows, and then they alternate. And it goes through a ceramic core, which helps to transfer the heat and is about 92% efficient. You'll notice up top as well we have a vintage ship porthole window. That's from Halifax. And it was originally destined to be on a destroyer, but apparently never made it.
Was it destroyed?
So you'll see as well, we have a custom-built triple axle trailer. It's good for up to 18,000 pounds. We had this made just so that we could make the most out of the dimensions that were legally towable down the road. All right. When you come around the front, you notice the ubiquitous Drawbridge Deck, which is on custom-built hinges, and then we can raise it up for transport using a 12-volt ATV winch built into the wall of the structure. But it provides a nice little spot to enjoy the out of doors. When we designed this house, it was intended to be oriented with the deck facing the south, hence the positioning of the solar panels on the roof, and as well as the solar exposure for the deck. You'll also notice here that on the southern roof, we harvest rainwater through a steel roof, which runs into this eaves trough, down this network of tubing. The first flush of water runs down and out this spout, just to get rid of any dust or other buildup of pollen or whatnot on the roof, and then the rest exits out through the downspout and into a rain barrel, which we can then suck via a pump in the interior through the wall, through a filtration system, and into a separate holding tank. All right.
And how is the drawbridge work? How does that work?
All right. So we have a winch control built into the wall. All right. Which you can just retract, hook onto the eye hook on the end of the deck there, and then pull it up. Kind of a novelty.
Nice.
All right, why don't you come inside? So throughout the house we have engineered oak hardwood, which gives it a bit of warmth. Everything, the floor, the roof, and the walls are all spray foam insulated, so it's an extremely tight envelope. Nice and toasty, especially in the winter here. We use two separate heat sources. We have a Dickinson propane heater right here, which runs more or less autonomously, in conjunction with this very dear Marine Stoves wood stove. Comically small, but pumps out a significant amount of heat. the heat shield on the back and the stack going out the roof. So we'll start at the back here. We have a bathroom, quite necessary. One of the big problems with tiny houses is how to deal with your waste. So we're using a composting toilet, it's a Sunmar XL. For our hot water, we're using a propane on-demand water heater. And then of course we have our vanity and galvanized steel shower. Lots of storage throughout. You'll notice one of the HRVs is placed high up in the bathroom, with the other in a compartment underneath the refrigerator. Plenty of kitchen storage space via some cabinets, drawers, all with their own pocket drawer, secret drawer. We've got a unique propane range stove combination, which works excellently. What else here? We've got an Atwood helium refrigerator, which does a great job at keeping all of your ice frozen and your fridge stuff at fridge temperature. Range hood for cooking. Nice views out of both sides of this galley kitchen. You'll also notice on the wall right behind you here we have 2 gauges, the top of which indicates the potable water storage capacity, and the lower of the 2, the gray water storage. So anything that goes down a drain goes into a holding tank that's built into the chassis and insulated. We've got a barn door here just for a little bit of privacy in the washroom, with some storage built into the wall cavity. Alright. We've got our firewood storage built into the stand for the stove, as well as matching storage basically everywhere. Now, as well, a common problem with tiny houses, what with their space limitations, is sleeping quarters. So we opted to go with the loft configuration, which is about 9 feet by 8 feet. So it's quite comfortable for king size bed, queen size bed, what have you, and a glass guard to prevent any accidents. All right, so moving on, you'll see the wheel wells have just been clad over on either side so as to integrate them into storage. We've got this lovely little table, which is on a pedestal system and is gas operated, so it can modulate at dining height or can be brought down to coffee table height. And then it can be repositioned via this cup that's built into the floor, either in dining table configuration, lounging configuration, or again once out on the deck. Now into our seating area here. What we have built in is a 250 liter poly water tank, which is fueled by the rain barrel on the exterior. Okay, and then there's a pump that you can fire up, sucks water in from the barrel, passes through a 3-stage filtration system, a UV light, and then is stored as a mass of water, which then has a separate 12-volt pump and accumulator tank, which allows you to have water access throughout the house, so either in the kitchen, the bathroom, or in the shower. All right, more storage here. You'll notice we've got a built-in stereo system in the wall, which just uses a standard 1/8-inch headphone jack, so you can plug in your phone or your laptop or what have you, and it gets controlled through an amp that you'd normally find in a car, say. And then your own volume control as well. We have a few AC loads throughout the place, just for charging whatever you need. And all of our lighting systems are 12-volt DC, so they're running straight off batteries. And they're on a 3-way switch so that you can control them from up in the loft or from down here. Behind the door is just some more storage, so we have a coat rack, lots of storage. Yeah. And as well, we installed a keypad lock on the door so that if visitors come, we can just pass the code on to them and they can help themselves on in. All right, on the ceiling, we wanted to integrate a little bit of local material. So a barn was coming down in the local vicinity, and so we salvaged this material to clad the ceiling with, which adds quite a nice rustic feel to the entire place. You'll notice then that we've got 4 speakers from the stereo system mounted in the 2 in the ceiling and then 2 on the front wall. And then as you come up into the loft, so the storage is also the staircase. As you come up here, you'll notice that there are linear windows at the back and at the front, so that when it gets a little warm in the summer, if you open these 2, you get some really nice cross and stack ventilation. It really helps to cool the place down and gives you a nice breeze while you're sleeping. And then as well, the porthole window provides a very a nice view and a nice little access to the outside.